So now I'm single. Anybody else in the room single? Make some noise. Woo, woo. I like how these two people sitting next to each other, like she's like me and he's like, what? Awesome. Do you two at least know each other? Tinder date? No? You can admit to it. No one wants to admit to it, but I bet that's what it was. I know, I have no problem using Tinder, but I get why you don't want to admit to it because it's weird. It's a weird way to meet people. For anyone who doesn't know how the app works, Tinder shows you a picture of someone's face, and if you find that picture attractive, you then have to gently caress that face with your finger, which is not healthy. That's what a serial killer would do. Like, ooh, your nipples will make a lovely scarf. Can't have a regular conversation after that. In fact, here's how most of my Tinder conversations go. Me, hey, wanna grab a drink sometime? Her, silence. End of conversation. And even when they do respond, it doesn't get much better. I had a girl one time message me first. She said, "You look like an Egyptian pharaoh. And I am your Cleopatra." Which caught my interest. Like, would that catch your interest, Mr. Face Man? Of course, yeah. It caught my attention because I know a little about history. And if you know anything about Cleopatra, you know that she was married twice and that both of her husbands were also her younger brothers. So I thought that was a bit of a weird pickup line. Then I found out that this girl was from Südtirol, and suddenly everything made sense again. So she asked me to go on a date. She said she wanted to go to a club to go dancing, and I don't like going to clubs. I used to in the States, but not here anymore. A few reasons. One is that a lot of places, at least in Vienna, don't close until 6 o'clock in the morning, and that's too much. In the States, everything closes at 2, like it should. Because when everything closes at, wow, what a boring person you are. Yes, I would like to stay home and knit. Yeah. I'm telling jokes right now, but I'll continue as if you're right. I don't know, like when everything closes at 2, it means you can start drinking, like binge drinking at 1, and be passed out on your kitchen floor at 3, like a responsible adult. Because no one needs to be out after 3 in the morning. Like after 3 a.m., it's like gremlins. Any good idea you have is gonna transform into a mistake. And if you let me buy alcohol until 6 a.m., I will drink until my life becomes a Jason Bourne movie, where I wake up trying to figure out who I am and why. And the thing is, some people might be thinking, Reggie, you don't have to drink just because you're at the club. Yes, you do. Right? Because we all know the rules. Like if you're drunk and you hook up with a drunk girl, it's all good. You're on the same level. But if you're sober and you do it, that's rape. So I can't do that. Like if I don't drink at a club, the only option I have is just to get a cocktail for her, a water for me, and then put roofies in both drinks. Just to even things back out again. I don't want to do that. That's why I drink, because I'm a good person. Another difference between the States and Austria is the drinking age. In the States, you have to be 21. In Austria, the drinking age is 16, which is awesome. If you're 16. When you're 26, it's just uncomfortable. And call me old-fashioned, but I don't think you should be allowed to grind on me at the club if you can't even drive. I came to this party looking for prime rib, not veal. Like, okay, places I hang out, I'm getting burgers at best. But my point is, when I'm like drunk at a club, I don't want children muddying up my drinking hole. Yeah, that's a newer joke, don't worry about it. I don't know, I just think, I worked at a club for a year and I just think, it should go without saying, but children don't belong there. Like last call at a club, it's like Tinder in real life. Like people get so gacked out on cocaine, ecstasy, and alcohol that they literally swipe at each other's faces to show attraction. Then they stumble into a taxi together to go home and smack their half-conscious bodies into each other until they pass out, wake up in a pool of mystery fluids with a half-eaten Leberkäse in one pocket, a Zachatort in the other, and no idea why I'm in Bratislava. And that's not a game you should be allowed to play if your mom still has to drop you off at the bar like it's football practice. Back to my date with Cleopatra. So she says she wants to go to the club to go dancing. I don't like clubs, but I do like dancing. because we're in the States. Like when we go dancing, not that guy, he's too busy knitting. Like we go all out for it, but again, she's from Südtirol, and apparently they dance a bit differently there. In case you don't know what it looks like when somebody from Südtirol dances, I'm doing it right now. In fact, we all are. Nothing gets Austrians on your side like xenophobia.